impact anything. We don't change anything. We just have the voices, and we're hoping that legislators hear us. What does advocacy look like for women business owners beyond just bills and voting?
What's so funny is business and advocacy, business and politics have actually never been separate. But for some reason, we think as business owners, as women business owners, we're just supposed to stay in our little corner, work on our area, and that's it. But the foundation of our democracy, our economy, all of that has everything to do with politics. And even when you're running your households, we are natural born advocates. Everything that we do is rooted in advocacy. When you're trying to access capital, when you're trying to be certified, get on a procurement list, those are all forms of self and business advocacy. So I think that what we have to start doing as business owners is really just understanding that advocacy and being involved in politics is not optional. We live in the most politically charged environment, especially, we know what's happened this week, but being in California, being in LA, there are regulatory bodies that are working more than you are, and we work non-stop, and there's never a day of the week that policy is not being pushed that's going to affect your bottom line, and that is the bottom line. So we have an option to stay powerless, or we have an option to lean in and start having a say over the policies that are affecting us every single day. And there are more women business owners than not, so why are we not dictating how these policies are affecting what we are doing day in and day out?
And the success or the losses of those.
Yes.
Because even in writing my book and sharing about the scars and the wins, like we're here for awards, we're clapping, we're putting on the ball gowns, but what happens, what keeps us up at night, in the forest or in the jungle when it's quiet? That's actually pretty scary time, right? If I can hear a tiger, I can run from it. If I can't hear it or see it, those things creep up on you. So when advocacy being more than just who looks like me, who is the same gender as me. I have a rule that I don't vote for men that don't have facial hair. Real talk, if I can grow a beard, he should be able to. Oh, sorry, I digress. But what are some of those things that, if we were to, start from a clean slate, right? I think that this economy and this political environment is an opportunity to kind of relook our views. Can you speak to that?
Absolutely. Give me a little more detail. What do you mean?
So, for example, I'll give you an example. When I was born, we shall overcome, we march, we walk, there's a different way, right, to advocate for ourselves as women business owners and for our communities.
Yes.
What does that look like now?
Okay, yes. So, like you said, going back to the very beginning, women led the suffrage movement. So we're no stranger to having to advocate or really fight to get into the room. But what are we doing for our businesses day in and day out? There are so many different levels of government that we can be engaging in. We have children that are going to public schools. Where are those tax dollars being sent? What are you advocating with your local school board? So it starts at any level that you have something that you care about. I promise there is a level of advocacy that you can enter in order to affect wherever that is happening. So again, I said getting a contract, access for capital. There's so many different barriers to entry that women have to have it as an obstacle every single day, but where are we in trying to eliminate those barriers? We form groups and we uplift everyone, but we need to take it a step further. We actually have to take action. We actually have to start getting to know our city council people. If you live in this county of LA, you should know who your supervisor is. You should know if you have a city manager, or is it the city council or the mayor that has all the power. You should, at the very minimum, know exactly who is calling the shots, and they should know your name. If you're a business owner, trust me, they want to know your name, and you have a whole lot of leverage. Just being in the room, introduce yourself, and be demanding. We have needs. You have taxes that you are paying. They are literally here working for you, but we have to start understanding that, really understanding the fact that they work for us and demanding that as well. And you do that by having the confidence to show up and even ask.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you pointed that out, because that really ties together the earlier discussion about money. And for those of you that may not recognize this at this level, that when we, the consumers, don't have the money, who has it? Corporations, right? And if corporations don't have it, who has it? State and the cities and the municipalities. When the state and the municipalities don't have it, who has it? Federal government. And what do they do when they run out of money? Print more. Do y'all see how that works? Who does not want a customer or a partner that prints their own money, right? It has me rethinking all my dating. Samira, you're on to something here today. All my dating. But those federal contracts, those are opportunities to access those dollars. And BizFed Academy, you guys do a really good job of helping entrepreneurs navigate what that looks like on both sides.
Yes.
So opportunities for more contracts. You see where I'm going with this? All right, take it away.
Yes. And I absolutely love, thank you for bringing that up. With the Advocacy Academy, and I'm someone who actually ran for office. I didn't win, but it doesn't mean that I wasn't the best. It simply means that more people need to know that they have the right to step in the room and to even run for office. We have all these opinions, but we don't really take that extra initiative to be the change that we want to see. And you do that by stepping out there and getting out there. So when I really founded and created the Advocacy Academy, is because I wanted to give people the tools and the resources that myself and my colleagues, we really have to just figure it out. And I know that that's something that keeps a lot of people from even wanting to try when they don't understand how the landscape works. How do I move about the cabin? What do I do? You don't really want to figure that out. So it's like, hey, let me design this course, show you how to show up in the room, give you the confidence, the tools, so that when you're walking into this room, you know how to own it. And that's why we're here.
Yes, and I want to say one of my biggest takeaways from being a part of that program was they are looking for ideas. So the problem solving and the ingenuity that's in this room, policymakers, legislators, they are looking and want your ideas. Now you might want to talk to Auntie D over there and get them trademarked, but she's there. But no, they're looking for your ideas. They want to know what those pains are. And if every time that you're quiet in a room, especially in a room like this, you're saying, yes, I'm okay with status quo. That's what you're doing when you be quiet, right? Let's just test. Are we in a quiet room? Are we okay with status quo? Where's the call to the wild? Let me hear it. Call, yes, okay.
I love that you said that too, because most people think that, oh, if I'm silent, that just means I'm neutral, or I'm not in it. And Sarah, you're a board member for BizFed, so we have every single policy committee that you can think of, between arts, entertainment, sports, and Olympics, water, environment, small business, responsible governance. And we have a whole process that you go through, whether it's the committee, then we go to the advocacy committee, the board. And if you are on the call and a motion is made, we follow Robert's rules of order and parliamentary thing. If you are in the room and a motion is called and you do not open your mouth to oppose it, you are recorded as a yes. It's not I'm abstaining, I didn't vote. If you're in the room and a motion is being made and you say nothing, that was a yes vote. And it's no different than what we have going on today. If you are not actively opposing what you see, that means you are signing off on it. And that is also how our legislators move as well. When a policy or an idea is brought before them, a lot of times they're not getting all of the information. They're only hearing from whoever is stepping up and offering it to them. Yes, they have staffers that will go out and do their due diligence, but again, you have to be in front of them and give them that information that they have so they can consider it. If they don't have it, they're going to hear from one side, okay, this is the information I have. No one else is saying anything to me, so everybody else must be fine. And then that's how laws are passed. No lie.
Pull it out. And if any of you need to borrow any courage, there's a rock on your table. It says courage. You can put it in your pocket, okay? But we're not leaving these rooms being invisible, right? We want to be undeniably, unapologetically indispensable, right? Yes. Unapologetically indispensable. Can we be that? I think that understanding that advocacy is currency, you know.